Good morning, everyone. My name is Katie, and I am a fourth year first grade teacher, and I'm so glad you're here for this week's vlog. This week is Halloween week, also known as Red Ribbon Week, also known as Picture Day Week, and Health Screening Week. Yikes. That is a lot of things wrapped into one week. But I had a great restful weekend. I didn't do much. We watched Harry Potter, we sat on the couch, we rested, we grocery shopped. And so I'm feeling refreshed coming into this Monday, which is a very good thing. And I know one thing that I need to do for a fact is go down to the copy room to get some construction paper to make a craft today. This morning, we are going to be reading Creepy Carrots, and I could not be more excited. This is the first year I've ever read it with my class. It's actually a book that I got from somebody off of my Amazon wish list recently, so thank you so much. Again, I know I've shouted you out in another video, but thank you so much for this book, Creepy Carrots. I can't wait to read it with my class today. After we finish reading the book, we're going to do a little craft, and I'm going to let the students make their own creepy carrot using construction paper. I don't have a template. I saw this in elementary with Emma's video, and she doesn't use a template for hers. She just kind of gives them the construction paper and the inspiration and lets them go. And so I'm going to do that today just to have a little bit of fun on our Monday. So without further ado, I'm going to put out my students' Chromebooks around the room because I need to get that done this morning. And then I'm also going to head down to the copy room to get those papers. Okay, so I got all the paper cut, and my plan is to give each one like a little carrot kit. So I'll give them a piece of orange, a strip of black, a strip of green, a strip of white, and I'll probably just put an example or the pictures of the creepy carrots up on the board and say, use your paper to make a creepy carrot. So we will see how that goes. The next thing that I have to do is put some workbook pages away. I do not give my students entire workbooks because I think it's too much to keep in their desk, so I just kind of tear out the pages as we go. So David was so kind to help me tear out chapter 3 workbook pages last night and chapter 2. So I'm going to sort those that I don't need into my cabinets, and then these for like the first couple lessons I'm going to use as part of my students' homework. So I'm going to staple it to the homework cover page so they can take it home this afternoon and have some reading and some math practice for homework. This is me remembering I don't actually have any staples. I'm out. So I guess I won't be stapling the homework today. Oh well, that's okay. Hello from lunch. This is all that's left of my beautiful curls from this morning because it is so humid, but we had pictures really early, so hopefully my curls made it in the pictures. But we just finished making our creepy carrots. I'll show you more like in the afternoon, but they turned out so good. There's one. I'll do like a pan of them after school when I can spread them all out. Here's another one that I thought was really cute. Oh my gosh. Okay, so they turned out really good. And then for cleaning up, I actually have never done this cleanup this way before, but let me show you what I did. Pardon my lunch, I'm on my lunch break here. But I just made paper piles for their scraps and then a pile for their finished carrots. So when they finished, I had them write their name on the back, and then they had to come and put all of their scraps in the pile because that's a lot of extra paper, and I might ask a team teacher if they want to use the extra paper to make some creepy carrots. And I also have a container over there where I store scrap paper for random odds and ends projects that we need. But it was a really good way to have them clean up. So now I am eating my lunch. When we finish lunch, we'll go to recess, and then when we come back from recess, we'll start our intervention time. And I have some teammates that are out today, so we won't be doing like our intervention rotations. So I'm just gonna continue. We started doing the AR test for creepy carrots, and we did not have enough time to finish. So I'm gonna let them finish their AR test, and then I have like a sight word activity page that we'll do for our intervention time. Then we'll have snack, and then we'll do math and science, and then it'll be the end of the day, and I have a meeting at the end of the day. So I will check in with you guys later today. Okay, we just finished our afternoon meeting. It is about 4:22 and I'm ready to go home. I already hung all of our creepy carrot crafts earlier, so the last thing I have to do is grade papers, and I really want to grade them today and not put it off because I want to be able to send home their creepy carrot retelling that we did today. They turned out so cute, and I want them to take them home for their families to see, especially since we didn't get to take the carrots home. So let me show you a couple of my favorites. So I asked each student to draw pictures to retell the story and then label the pictures if they had time. And I think they did a really great job showing all of the things that happened in the story, and their illustrations are so cute. And I love how like when they colored, they were like, Miss Allen, all we have to color is the orange because that matches the illustrations in the book. Ah, look how cute this one is. This is like the little artist of our class. You can tell, look at all the detail. And the bulldozer is so cute. So that turned out adorable. And then, okay, this student worked so hard, and this one's my favorite because look at those carrots. They're like disconnected, just like the ones in the story. He worked so hard on this picture, so I'm really proud of how they turned out. So I'm gonna go ahead and grade those, sort them in their mailbox, get them all squared away, and then I'm gonna go home because I'm really tired and we have another long day ahead of us tomorrow. Good morning, happy Tuesday. Today's Red Ribbon Week theme is drug-free. Looks like me having a bright future. So I'm wearing my bright earrings, bright neon pink shirt, and when I left the house today, David said it looked like I could work at a frozen yogurt store, which was pretty accurate and pretty hilarious at the same time. Trying something new with my hair. I did some dry shampoo. I did not wash it last night, so I just woke up and did dry shampoo and then recurled some pieces and sprayed it again. I'm usually like I wash my hair every single night kind of person, but when I curl it, I can usually like stretch it out a couple days. So I'm gonna try that out, and I wish I had taken like all of the quarantine time that I had to like train my hair to not have to wash it every day because it just gets so greasy. So we're gonna work on that. I don't think it looks bad. When I curl it again, it does much better. So we'll see how long this hair lasts. This might be the last day. I might wash it tonight. I don't know. But if you have like trained your hair and you don't have to wash it every day, give me some tips below because I would love to be able to do that one day. I just don't even know where to start. So here we are, second day hair. All of those things aside, today's gonna be a pretty average Tuesday. I came early because if you've been following me for a while, then you know that on Tuesday mornings I have morning duty. So I came early so I can get some lesson planning done before morning duty time because I'm also picking up somebody's afternoon duty shift today who's gonna be gone. So I really wanna make sure I get some good lesson planning done this morning so I can leave as close to contract time as possible after I also do afternoon duty. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started with planning out some of my math plans for the next couple weeks. All right, we made it to the end of our Tuesday today. It was actually a pretty decent day, I'm not gonna lie. We got a good start on our phonics and our sight words and all of those things this morning during rotations. My students went to music, and then we came back and we did our reading whole group. It was really fun because we're reading a story. It's called The Three Little Dassies by Jan Brett, and it's kind of like the Three Little Pigs. We talked about the characters and the setting, and they just loved it. We really hyped it up, and I love Jan Brett books because she has like the illustrations on the sides and the main illustration in the middle, and so they like loved looking at the picture and reading it, but also looking at the sides to see what had happened, what was going to happen, and kind of using that to help them predict. So that was fun. Let me show you what we've been doing for our Brain Smart Start this week. We usually do like a Go Noodle in the morning to get like our wiggles out, and then we do some deep breathing and we get started. But this week I've been doing a poem and I want to show it to you. So here's the poem that we've been doing. It's called Monster, Monster, and we've been doing the motions with it. So we say monster, monster, turn around, and all the kids turn around, touch the ground, reach up high, squint your eyes, stomp your feet, show your teeth. And the students have really been loving it, especially because it is Halloween week. So primary teachers, Pinterest has all of your poem needs. That's where I found this one, and I have one about fall leaves and one about apple picking, and they're all great, and my students love being able to repeat it. Today we even recorded the one from last week, the fall leaves. I let one student come up with the pointer and lead the class, and we recorded it so we could send it to their parents. So they are all about the poems, and they're quick and easy. This takes like maybe 3 minutes for our morning meeting, and then we just repeat it every morning this week until they've got the poem down. Last year I did stuff on Flipgrid where we would do our poem, and then at the end of the week they would have to say it and record it on Flipgrid, and that was really fun too. I also think that my hair lasted pretty good. I don't know if I'm gonna make it go for day 3. Tomorrow's wacky day. So I could just throw it up in a bun and put some dry shampoo in it and see if it'll go for day 3, which would be like a record for my hair. We'll see how we're feeling. I will update you on that in the morning, but I'm gonna go home because I'm tired and my stuff is ready to go for tomorrow. I think I just have to take like 2 things down to the copy room. So I'll do that. And then I'll go home. And it's Tuesday, so it's Dancing with the Stars night because it premiered last night and I watched it on Hulu tonight. So I'm excited. That's like my Tuesday self-care. So I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Good morning, happy Wednesday. Today is Don't Get Mixed Up with Drugs, and so we're wearing mixed up clothing, hence the reason I'm in tie-dye and camo and have some flamingo socks and some socks with, what are those, like orca whales, killer whales on them. So I'm just wearing all kinds of mixed matched clothing today. I go hard for theme days. Like don't tempt me with a theme day because I will dress up. Also, just a quick update for those who care. I did not wash my hair. This is the 3rd day. I did more dry shampoo and more hairspray and touched up a couple pieces. And if it just looks a train wreck by the end of the day, it will be up in a claw clip, or I brought my little twisty tie for an emergency bun if I need to. But I feel like it looks all right, so we're rocking with it. Today is gonna be a pretty average day. We're just doing normal stuff all day. We have our media center visit. So I've just got to take a couple things down to the copy room that I didn't take yesterday and set out their math journals, and then I'm gonna be good to go this morning. So I will check in with you guys later today. Okay, I walked all the way down to the copy room with my original copies and forgot to bring my paper. That is something that I just still can't remember because at my old school we didn't have to provide our own paper. So if I wanted something copied, I just put it in the copy room and they did it. And so I forgot to bring a stack of paper down. So I just walked all the way back. I'm kind of like power walking, hence the reason I'm out of breath. And I'm gonna get some paper and go back down there and put it with the originals. You guys, I made a to-do list of things I needed to do this afternoon, and so I got back to my room and just got started right away. Didn't pick up my camera because I was trying to leave as close to 3:30 as I can. It's 3:37, so not too bad. But one of my things that I had to do was go make copies or take things in to put them in to be copied like I did this morning. So I picked up what I left this morning, and guess what I forgot to do again? Like, I walked all the way down there to put things in to be copied, and I forgot my paper again. Like, I just did that this morning, and I forgot again this afternoon. So that was a little chaotic, but it is okay. It was a pretty decent day. We did all right. In the library today with the media specialist, they read Creepy Underwear. The sequel is a Creepy Carrots, and we almost watched it on the board yesterday, and I just kind of like held off on showing it on the board, and I'm so glad I did, because then they got to read it with the librarian, and they were like, oh, we read Creepy Carrots, and we loved it, and I thought Creepy Pair of Underwear was really cute too, so I would 10 out of 10 would recommend both of those books. So that was really fun. And then, okay, listen to this cute story. I have been out of staples, so I wasn't able to staple the kids' math pages on their homework. And I don't know if we have staples here. I've got to ask a teacher because I'm new and I don't know. So I don't know if there's a place where I can go, like a storage closet room that I can go to get staples, or if that's something that I need to use my classroom money for, or what. So I just didn't have staples, and I haven't had time to ask. And so I was just stapleless. And so on Monday when I gave them their homework, I was like, hey, here's your homework, and there is no math because I ran out of staples, and so I wasn't able to staple your math onto the back, so it's just reading homework this week, and I sent it home. And today, one of my sweet students came in and gave me this box of staples. So I guess he went home and told his mom and dad that there was no math homework because Miss Allen ran out of staples, and so they sent me some staples, which was really sweet. So now I'm stocked for a while, but I still need to ask and find out if I can get some somewhere around here, or if I need to use some classroom money on that. So I just thought that was really sweet. I was like, oh, thank you. So now I'm not out of staples. So that's all I got today. It's time to go home and get out of these wacky clothes and just kind of enjoy my evening. A mobile order for Katie.
For Katie? All right, you can pull her out today.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, y'all. It is Thursday. Today is Thursday, Jersey. Woo woo. And I'm repping my Auburn jersey today. I actually literally teared up and almost cried in the car on the way here because I just miss living in Auburn so much, and it's like wearing a giant hug on me today to wear an Auburn jersey. I don't know. Anyways, I'm getting emotional again just thinking about it, but we're gonna put that aside. I'm super comfy cozy today. I'm wearing my big jersey, my leggings, my tennis shoes. I even stopped to get a coffee this morning because tomorrow I have morning duty now on Fridays as well, and I'm gonna be wearing my book character costume, and I was like, I don't wanna mess with coffee and having to wait in the drive-through line. So I got it today to treat myself, and so I am feeling fantastic on this rainy, rainy Thursday morning. And seriously, y'all, it was so rainy. Look at my backpack. It is like soaked. It wasn't raining when I pulled up, and by the time I put my sunshade up and got my mask and my lanyard, it was like pouring, and I was like, great, okay, this is gonna be fun. So I kind of just ran inside real quick. I'm here quite a bit later, like it's about contract time right now. I need to wrap this up quickly, but I gotta take some things down to be laminated today and then do math journals and just kind of get the room set up. It should be a pretty easy morning because we have health screenings this morning in the media center, so that's gonna take up a chunk of our time. Then my kids will go to special area, and then we'll have a little bit of reading whole group, and then it'll be lunchtime. So I feel like I'm gonna blink and the morning will be over. The afternoon stretch is going to be a little bit longer, but we will still make it through. Also, for those who care, which I know you may not care at all, this is 4th day hair. I'm so excited. But I also ran out of dry shampoo this morning, so I was like, well, I'm gonna wash it tonight. So tomorrow it'll be nice and freshly washed, but it lasted really nice. I feel like it still looks good. I just brushed it out. It's a little wet from the rain, and it's just a little greasy because it hasn't been washed, but it's not that bad. I'm kind of impressed with myself. Like, this might be the highlight of my week, is getting to dress up and not having to wash my hair and still styling it. So that was an exciting win for me. All right, I'm gonna go down to the copy room and get stuff set up. Talk to you later. All right, time for some brutal honesty. I just about melted this morning, like almost had a full meltdown in the middle of class. I think it's because we've been off routine with the health screenings, and it was also flooding rain this morning. I don't know, it was like a perfect storm, perfect combination, but we went to health screenings and then we came back and I tried to do a writing activity and I got frustrated with it. They were frustrated with it. I probably didn't scaffold enough. I don't know, I almost melted. So when they went to special areas, I kind of sat in my chair and was like, oh my gosh, and I cried. I just cried it out during special area. I texted my mom and I was like, I don't know what to do. My patience is gone. I'm done. And I got a text back from her, and I know she talked to my grandmother because I got a text from my grandmother, both of them saying they were praying for me and praying that I could just have patience and guidance and just to remember that I'm not alone. And so I just took a minute to have a breather and to pray and to cry in my classroom. And then when they came back, we did regular whole group. I wasn't feeling it energy-wise. I was like, I just want to do something that's like Halloween and be done with it and not have to do whole group. But I was thinking, like, for consistency and routine, I need to do our regular whole group because I think it was the non-routine that was just throwing me off and throwing them off. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to suck it up and teach whole group. And I pulled up my slides and it was great. We read our story, we did our phonics, we did our sight words, and it was great. And I was like, okay, thank goodness. And then the afternoon was all right. It was long. We had indoor recess, so we were in the classroom for like a really long time. But it wasn't as rough as the morning. So we definitely recovered a little bit. Then we ended the day with the lights flickering and the internet was down. So that was fun. Yeah, I'm ready to go home. So ready. I have a couple things on my to-do list that I wrote earlier, like reviewing my plans for tomorrow because I'm like, I don't even know what I'm doing tomorrow. And it's the day before Halloween and we have an adjusted schedule because we have our first club day tomorrow. So I really have to like look over that. And then I learned from today that I need to like hash out a minute by minute plan so I'm ready to go and we don't have a repeat of today. And then I also put set up centers because we're not doing centers tomorrow. We're not going to have time to do centers tomorrow. We got a test to do, and I do have some Halloween activities and stuff like that. So we're not doing centers. So I can go ahead and clean up this week's centers and put out my centers for next week, and that makes my Friday list a little bit shorter, which is nice. But yeah, there's a little bit of honesty and transparency. Is that the word, transparency, for you guys? Today, it was like really rough, and the highlight of my day was wearing leggings and a jersey, because if I had been wearing professional clothes, I might have cried even more. Like, who knows? I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start getting my stuff done around the room because then I'm ready to go home and I'm gonna take a bath and I'm just gonna relax and breathe, and it's gonna be a wonderful evening. Good morning, happy Friday. It is Book Character Day. Today's theme was to dress like a book character that makes good choices, so I am dressed like none other than Darla from What Should Darla Do? If you've never read this book or the What Should Danny Do books, they are really great because they give kids the power to choose how the story ends. So Darla will face some things during her day, and the story will kind of pause and say, what should Darla do? And the kids get to choose what her next step is. And there's 8 different stories in one based on which one they choose. I got this on sale on Amazon Prime Day, and I'm really excited to finally read it with my class and, of course, to be dressed like Darla. You're probably tired of hearing about my hair, but it took forever to get these little buns up in my hair because I had no idea what I was doing. I don't usually put it up in buns because it's short. And it was a hot mess, but I did wash it last night and blow dry it so it would have a little bit more body. I don't know, it looks okay. So if they fall before like special areas this morning, I'll probably just try to fix them. I didn't bring the ponytails, but we'll do the best we can. It's gonna be an adjusted schedule day because we have our first full-length clubs this afternoon. So that's exciting on the school day before Halloween. But I'm just gonna spend the morning going over what the schedule will be like with my students. And then we've got some Halloween stuff. We're gonna read our book. We do have like a spelling test. And I'm about to print off some backup Halloween coloring pages just in case. But I will check in with you guys later today because it is Friday and I have morning duty in about 10 minutes and I've got to get everything turned on in my room. Here's a little glimpse of my costume in my affirmation mirror. So here it is in its entirety. I had a skirt from, I think it's from Loft, and I just turned it inside out so it would be navy. This is one of my husband's undershirts that I just painted with acrylic paint. Suspenders from Party City, the cape from Party City, and then I put the power to choose on the back. Woo! Okay, and then my socks are actually my husband's. They are Buddy the Elf socks turned inside out because they're the thinnest socks that I had that would fit into my Converse. And then, of course, I'm wearing my Converse. So let me back up a little bit because my mirror is kind of low. But here is the Darla costume. Today was fun, but exhausting, and I'm done. Like, I am so ready to go home. Happy Halloween, everybody. It's no joke in primary schools, let me tell you. They were just off the chain, and so I'm glad I had freebie coloring pages and like color by equation and stuff like that ready to go because like there was no hope of us getting anything real done. We were all wearing costumes. It was supposed to be book character day, and it was, but then it was just kind of like costume day, and so they were all wearing costumes, and they were all excited, and it was like cuckoo. But we did do a couple things, so I'll catch you up on kind of what we did. So after we read What Should Darla Do this morning, we did a spelling test, just business as usual, and then we did our fun What Should My Teacher Be for Halloween activity. So I gave them all a piece of paper, and they got to decorate my Halloween costume and tell me what I should be and why. And I will show you a couple of the ones that I thought were hilarious, cute, etc. All right, here are a couple of funny ones. The first one is my teacher should be a witch. I thought her drawing was really cute, and I chose this because she is pretty, and this word is broomy. I asked her what it said because the witch has a broom. So there you go, a broomy costume. The next one, I know what this one looks like. We are all about invented spelling in first grade, so this is supposed to say princess. And I chose this because I like to do nails. I like to do my makeup. So there you go. Next one was another princess, but this time it's a princess of hearts because it is cool and you can shoot crystals is what that's supposed to say. Shoot crystals. And then this one was interesting. A red, and this says angel, because she is a beautiful teacher and she has a red angel hat. So there you go. There's some of the cute and funny what should my teacher be for Halloween answers. Then we had lunch and recess and then intervention, which was kind of business as usual, except, we did a fun activity because we were working on beginning sounds. So let me show you what we did for that. Here was the activity we did during intervention. This is my Halloween noun town, and last year I used it and had the students label the nouns that they saw, and then we wrote sentences with it. We weren't quite there this year, but I did use it during intervention, and we had to name something that we saw and then think about the first sound that we heard. So like somebody said moon, we labeled it with the we said the sound and then figured out which letter matched the sound. And I was pretty impressed because with star and skeleton And tree, they heard the blends at the beginning, which is a first grade skill we worked on a couple weeks ago. So I was really excited. We talked about like if we broke the blend apart, what would be like the really beginning sound, which would be the S over here and the T over here. But I still wrote the blend up there because I was like, wow, you guys remember your blends from first grade. So they really liked doing that. All right, and then for the end of the day, I gave them a color by equation paper, and then we packed up early because we had our first club today, and I'm doing board game club, and so we played Jenga. I will show you the slides that I used for my board game club because they were really cute. So here are the cutie slides I made for game club. Here was our like introduction week. We did share your name and your favorite game to play. And then we just did memory on the board. I did some awesome GIFs and I linked them to different memory games because this was what we used for our 10-minute intro. Then this week we had week 1, our objectives. I can explain what fair means. I can use a fair way to decide who goes first, and I can play Jenga and follow all the rules. So then we said, what does fair mean? We put the definition and we focused on taking turns today. We talked about what is a fair way to decide who gets to go first in a game. I let them think of ideas with their partner. And then we played rock, paper, scissors as a strategy to decide who will go first. And we played tournament style. That's what super duper rock, paper, scissors is, where everybody stands up and they play with a partner. If you win, you stay standing. If you lose, you sit down. And they loved doing that. We played that like 2 or 3 times. Then we used this video to learn the rules of Jenga. Look how cute that slide is. Then I re-emphasized the important rules, modeled, and then we played. So it was super fun. All right, so now I'm left with Jenga boxes, though, that look like this. Like, this is the worst. Whoever, first off, this was a brand new one, and I didn't open it for the kids, and it got ripped open, so that was kind of a bummer. But whoever designs Jenga boxes, if you are somebody who designs game boxes, this box only fits the pieces in there if you stack them in the tower. And kids just don't take the time to do that. Whereas this one is mine, and it's pretty old school, like I've had it for a long time. And this container holds all of the pieces, whether they're stacked or not. This is a great Jenga container because it makes sense because they can just throw the pieces in there. The other ones, not so much. So now I'm stuck here because we kind of cleaned up in a hurry, and I'm going to be making 3 Jenga towers to get all of those stacked back and closed and ready to go. So that's my first task this afternoon. Darla is ready to peace out and go home and sleep all weekend. So I'm gonna go ahead and head out and close out this vlog here. Thank you guys so much for joining me for another week in my life. It was crazy, it was busy, it was full of ups and downs, and this teacher needs a nice weekend and some nice rest. It was very refreshing to change my calendar to say November because November is my birthday month and we get a whole week off for Thanksgiving, and I'm just ready for that. So make sure you like and subscribe to this video if you want to see more content from me, and as always, I will see you guys in the next one.